Hi Aries, this is your October horoscope 2013 with me, Lada from astrology.com, and this prediction is for everyone who have their ascendant, sun or moon in Aries. I always advise you make sure you check at least your ascendant sign, which is the most personal of the three astrology signs. Everyone is made not just of the sun sign, like everyone checks you're born in April, so you're Aries. No, this is actually the most general and the least precise in prediction often. The much more precise one is the ascendant sign, which indicates your physical body and your point of incarnation or your path in life. So when your ascendant, when you check for your prediction, if your ascendant is in Aries, you'd resonate often a lot. Or your moon sign is everything which is most in your mind. The moon represents the ego, the separate consciousness, and what is mostly in your head. So, and in your feelings, in your inner world. So this is often a lot of, especially women, because women identify much more with the inner impressions. They would experience much more intensely the prediction for their moon sign rather than their sun sign. The sun sign is the more rational side of us with which we can take action. It's more connected to career and goals, while the ascendant sign is the tangible things that happen on our path, in the physical path that we're walking. The moon sign is the things that are mostly in our mind, that we're mostly thinking about, and the sun sign is the least, the least specific one of all. The more general one. And also the ascendant sign changes every 2 hours, while the sun sign changes once a month only. It's much less personal. Anyway, if you don't know your ascendant, sun and moon, you can go to my website astrology.com, where there is a birth chart calculator. Enter your data there. I'm putting a direct link for the birth chart calculator, and below the chart you can see where it says the degrees of the ascendant and the sun sign and your moon sign. Check ascendant, sun and moon. You don't need the other planets. Maybe sometimes you can check also Venus. But what's happening? In Aries, there is an eclipse in October. And eclipses are a big thing. The eclipses indicate big changes in your life. So a lot of Aries will be going through some really big changes, starting a series of eclipses. But the first one is now in October, and it's a lunar eclipse. The lunar eclipses are not so shattering and so much dramatic as the solar eclipses, but again they trigger, this particular lunar eclipse will trigger detachment, will trigger ending of something that's been going on for too long, because this particular one is about the moon is your emotional attachments to something that you hold on to, your old habits, your old ways of living, something that you feel very comfortable with. But someone which is already, when the moon is eclipsed, it means its light, it's disconnected from the sun. Its light is hidden from the earth. You can receive some emotional detachment from something that has been long overdue. Or all of a sudden you can just feel emptiness inside you, emotional, or, some kind of detachment that you no longer have to, go on the same path. Or maybe if it's your sun in Aries, for instance, you might receive some detachment from your careers and from your goals if your sun in Aries, or from some detachment from the sun represents yourself as well, and your personal path. So you might change your personal path in life very drastically because you feel like some outdated ways of being are no longer valid for you, and you don't feel meaningfulness in your career. The sun is career, in your goals in life, and in the path you're walking in, how your behavior in life is overall. So you take a different direction. You might feel almost like sometimes if you're not ready for this change, because sometimes it comes out from the subconscious, you might almost feel depressed that you're no longer associating or feeling attached to certain emotional, to certain sides of your life, to certain, if it's the sun, as I said, it's mostly career goals and your personal path. If it's the moon that you have in Aries, then it's some emotional detachment that will be happening, some emotional, maybe relationships that you'll be disconnecting from. Maybe some old habits that you'll be changing that are no longer relevant. If it's your ascendant that is in Aries, it might be your whole path in life. Actually, you have to watch out your physical body. Whenever there is an eclipse on the ascendant, it's more, it's more dangerous for their physical body, for their health overall. And the ascendant sign is also your path in life, which direction are you taking. So there can be a big change in where you're heading, and you might just all of a sudden decide you want a different direction in life, and you feel no longer connected to the path in life you had till now, and you change your destiny, or the universe will change your destiny. And especially who will feel this eclipse. All the Aries might feel a bit more anxious, worried, because the eclipses are caused by hiding of the light. So when the light is hidden, the person feels in the dark, they feel apprehensive, they feel worried about the future. What's happening? They feel something has to end. A lot of Aries, whether you're ascendant on the moon, you'll feel something is about to end, but you won't be, because it's an eclipse causing this feeling of something is ending, but you're not sure what is coming exactly, because the light is hidden, you don't know. So there can be this, like even in your stomach, like a feeling of tension and worry that you're experiencing. But who will feel it the most? Not all Aries. Most Aries will just feel this apprehension, but who will really have those effects I said, like detachment, something old ending their life, something new coming. Maybe the new will come a bit later, but definitely something ending in their life, and for them finally being able to detach from this thing, even if, or something disappearing from their life fully, and feeling a sense of emptiness and disconnection from this thing, and sense of almost depression and futileness of whatever it's, whatever it's touching. So those of you who are born from around the 11th till the 18th of April, because the eclipse is happening on those degrees where the sun is, or those of you who have their ascendant or their moon from around 21, 22 degrees to about 28 degrees in Aries, because the eclipse is happening at 25 degrees in Aries. So if you have your ascendant, sun or moon on those degrees, basically the sun means you're born from the 11th to about the 18th of April, you will definitely have some life-changing directions in your life. Basically, some detachment. I'm born on the 14th of April, and I might feel discontent from my work. I might take a different direction towards my approach to work. I might feel detachment from my work because it's coming on the sun, because the eclipse is on my sun, and also the sun represents how I've lived my life till now. So I might finally make a detachment from, from certain self. The sun is the ego, what you identify with a lot, your social identity as well. So you might, I'm sure something will be happening around October, towards the middle, the end of October, that will make my path in a different way. And the health also, watch out. And you can also check if you have Venus around those degrees, from around 21 to about 28 degrees in Aries, because Venus is the planet of relationships. So some of you might finally be able to detach. Maybe if they had for a long time of pain in love and they couldn't let go of someone for years, and now there is a lunar eclipse on their Venus, they'll be able to let go of those attachments to the relationship, or they're in the wrong relationships, and all of a sudden this relationship can make them feel dissatisfied, or that with their marriage they might feel dissatisfied. They might feel like the futileness of it, and you have to change direction. But enough about the eclipse, enough about the eclipse. Now let's talk what will be triggered in a positive way. Two planets, Mercury and Jupiter, are triggering your liberation houses. When Mercury and Jupiter trigger something, they bring positive, tangible results there. Positive and tangible. So it's not only in your head, it's actually really something is happening, and it's in a positive way. These are the two trigger planets which bring good things, and Jupiter and Mercury are triggering your liberation houses. What does it mean? Your emotional houses, the fourth and the fourth house, and the 8th house, exactly. And this means that there can be some emotional release for you, some emotional letting go of some burden that you've had for a long time, something that was heavy on you, maybe some skeletons from the past. You'll be able to release them, whether through counseling, whether through therapy, whether through some self-realization, or like a bulb above your head, maybe through some healing experience that happens in your life, that you can release some burden, emotional burden. These are emotional houses. Fourth house rules your past, your childhood, your family, maybe something hidden in the family, skeletons that you release, something that happened that hurt you as a child. Maybe you can have like a release of this kind of energy that has been affecting your everyday actions. These are subconscious houses, the emotional houses. 8th house is the house of trauma and abuse, and anything, bad memories from the past that you have buried, or something that you're hiding even from yourself, is the house of secrets, and very psychological, subconscious house. Again, Mercury and Jupiter triggering it, you can have some release of such old baggage. You can have some improvement of some obsession, some compulsion, some addiction that you have. 8th house rules addictions, 8th house rules anything which is has more power over you than you have over it. Maybe another person who is controlling you, and you can be able to release a bit more, to have a bit more, move forward with these things in life which are more blocking you, especially from an emotional point of view. And what happens also, 8th house on a more practical level rules other people's money and money that you receive as a support from another. So people, if you ask for help, people can help you now, whether with financially or with their time or with their advice. It's resources of other people, their skills, the things, they're valuable. So Mercury and Jupiter triggering your 8th house, these people can help you. You can ask for support from others, or it can be psychological support. You can go counseling, and you'll find a great counselor who really helps you untangle certain situations in your life, or you can go and cry on a friend's shoulder. People will be more willing to give up their time, of their resources now to you. Or also 8th house, the house of intimacy. So you'll be able to have a chance to deepen your intimacy with a partner right now on a deeper level somehow, to explore more the intimate part of relationships you have, and to open yourself trustingly. 8th house is the house of being able to be emotionally vulnerable. When Jupiter and Mercury trigger it, you feel more willing to open yourself for such things, because others actually, when Jupiter and Mercury trigger this house, they will not use and abuse your vulnerability and your opening up to them. So also, if you're a gold digger, it's a good time for you, because you can receive something from a partner. Your partner might receive promotion, some present from a partner, or from business partner, or marriage partner. Or if you're divorcing, you might have a positive conclusion to the divorce financially, or you might receive some help from government, or you can receive some money that you haven't worked for, other people's money, or it's more likely inheritance if you're expecting as well for it to be triggered right now. Let's see what else. And Mercury and Jupiter trigger your 4th house, which as I said, on the emotional level, it's your past, it's your childhood, that you can resolve something that's been a problem there. But it's also on a more tangible level, it's your mother figure, maternal figure, you know, someone that you consider like a mother. Something good can happen in their life that brings that brings you more happiness. Or 4th house is the house of happiness, they call it, your emotional well-being. So you can trigger, you can move forward a bit in your emotional well-being. Or 4th house rules family and home, property, land, you know. So some of you might be relocating, some of you might be buying successfully a new property, some of you might be expanding something in home, or getting a new place to live, or doing something nice in their home that is good. 4th house rules vehicles, anything which, as I said, the water houses are liberation houses, and vehicles are something that liberates us. Vehicles are something that gives us more freedom to move faster, to have more time for ourselves. So vehicles, cars, and things like that as well. Some of you might be buying cars or doing something to do with their vehicles, which is positive, or maybe selling it for, you know, for some profit. Anyway, this is the majority of what is happening for your Aries. Thank you very much, and please write.